Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of 2023. I am one of your co-hosts, Lachlan Turner.
For the All Sports Podcast, I'm one of your other co-hosts, Liam McDonald.
And hi guys, I'm back again. I'm your third co-host, Sumit Kadav.
About goddamn time.
It is a bloody long time since we last saw you.
I forgot what he looked like.
I forgot what he sounded like.
Oh,
and don't worry, to everybody,
I can tolerate this abuse.
the links will be in the description down below to all our other socials, or for all our other socials. So be sure to check them out. Well, look, I almost butchered that, but I didn't. So
I was about to say, like you said, like the links are going to be down below for what?
well, look, as I said, I fixed myself there. Look,
it's all the socials. Just
look, exactly right. I said all the socials now.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking what a summer of cricket it has been. Well, I know you can't really say it's been a good summer. I mean, it has been,
it's been
but
a good
like,
summer for Trav Head.
I mean, it's been a pretty good.
Well,
for, like,
it's
cricket
just
in
been a
general.
pretty boring summer, really. I mean, Australia just absolutely, well, they shot West Indies to the ground in front of like 500 people in Perth.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yep, Perth should be banned from having test matches if they can't fill stadiums. Although that was on a work day, so like the whole like test was during a work day, so like fair enough. But
True.
I will say though, out of the two sides, I reckon out of West Indies and South Africa, I reckon the West Indies showed more fight.
They had more players show a fight.
And
True.
than South Africa. For sure. But yeah, well, as you said, really good summer for Trav Head. Well, it didn't start off that well. Got out for 99.
I mean, there's a pretty good start.
It is, yeah. Like it's a start.
But he played a shit shot to get out.
True. But then he did score 99.
Yeah, but normally he plays a shit shot to go out when he's in his 30s.
Hey,
yeah,
that was 2-3 years ago. We're in a new era of Travis Head.
Exactly. And the new era of Travis Head is when he plays a shit shot when he's in the 90s, not in the 30s.
Exactly. So come on, Lane. What are you doing?
He's the best baseball cricketer in the world.
Oh,
he doesn't play for England.
But the amount of centuries that were scored by Australians. So I know you got your usual one from Marnus, one from Smith.
Yeah, Marnus scored a double.
He scored a double.
Marnus and Smith scored a double.
And one of Liam's favourite cricketers, Alex Carey, scored one. I had to chime in at that one. I have to, because like, I mean, it was a good century, obviously.
That was fun to watch. Yeah.
First Aussie keeper to score or a century on Boxing Day.
Boxing Day test. That was good.
So, and then, but the thing that kind of puzzled me was David Warner being named player of the series
He had one good innings and he got player of the series. What?
Yeah, I know. How the fuck does that happen?
Like I would have given it to Travis Head, who actually scored more runs. Like he was the difference maker in that Brisbane test when the pitch was as green as you can.
I would have given it to Marnus. He scored like what, a 200 and then 100 in
No.
Every game.
No, I'm talking about the South African series. Like that would have been the West. I'm pretty sure he was named the man of the series in the West Indian series, but I'm talking about the South African series. And obviously the Boxing Day test saw, obviously the Alex Carey century and the Cameron Green Pfeiffer, his first one of his career.
And broke his finger.
Yeah, the one that the test where he broke his finger. But I mean, his first over, he looked shocking. After that,
I remember we were talking shit.
Yeah, we were talking mad stuff, saying how is Cameron Green going to, go to India and England, and then he takes a fiver. It's like, that was what Lane was saying. I was saying, no, you got to back him.
Yeah, you got to back tune now.
Mm-hmm.
No, but he broke that partnership between Marco Jansen and
the keeper.
And their keeper. I can't think of his name. Kyle something, isn't it? Van Der Esch or something? No. What am I? No, that's a linebacker for the Cowboys. It starts with V. I know that. I mean, that probably goes. Well, I mean, that probably tells you how much we know about the South African players.
Yeah, it's Carl Varian.
That guy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And like, that's all right. So he obviously, Cameron Green played an important part there. Then Mitchell Stark going down with that was a dislocated finger,
It
wasn't it?
has ligament damage in his finger.
Yeah, so and both of them won't be right for the first test in India, which that's going to be big.
That's a worry. That's a worry.
Cam Green, look, you can cover for him, but Mitch Stark, that hurts.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Especially in the subcontinent as well.
And that leads me, like, moving on from the Australians, some of from what Australia have done here. Their next two tours are going to tell you all about Australia, being in the subcontinent and the Ashes in England. That will tell you where the Australians are as, being up there as, a really good side or just flat track bullies. If they end up drawing the series in India and winning the Ashes, you can put them up there as being I'd say a very good test side. But if they lose...
It's not even winning against India. It's even if they draw or put up a really good fight, then okay.
Yeah, no, if they draw, that's what I'm saying. If they draw
are
India, I'd be like, okay, well, this side obviously is
good. They're great.
Let's be real. A draw in India is almost a win.
Exactly.
That's true.
But this begs the question, right? And we've got to name our side, our starting 11 for Australia, who we think they're going to pick for that first test. Now, we'll go from 1 to 11, and then we can do a 12th man if you want.
Okay, well, I'm assuming we're going to go Warner, Khawaja.
As much as I'd say, this is the thing. Yeah, they will more than likely pick Warner. But I don't get how he's going over to India and England when he has shit records. And if you've watched him bat for the past...
Who would you rather have then? From other than Warner, who would you rather have?
Renshaw's going over there. He is an opening batsman. What is the point of him coming in at number 5?
Well, that's the thing. When you think about... But if you think about a lot of the great Aussie openers, like Langer, Hayden, you'd say they're both two pretty good openers, right?
Yes.
They both started their careers in test matches batting 5 and 6.
Renshaw played his first 10 tests opening the batting.
Yeah, I know, but
he did well.
There's precedent of guys getting into the team lower order and then ending up in the important positions.
But he averages less than 25 in India. There's no way, in my opinion, there's no way that you'd have Warner in the side if he averages 23.
He scored 200 in a test match. He's now in the team until he wants to quit, pretty much.
Which is ridiculous. I don't think that he Oh no, sorry, he should be in the squad, but I don't think he should be playing. But unfortunately, yes, I'd go Warner. So what? We're going Warner, Khawaja. Number 3. Number 3, you have to go Marnus.
Yeah.
That's the obvious choice.
Yeah.
Number 4, Smith.
Smith. Yeah.
5 is Head. Now, number 6, that's the interesting one.
That's the crapshoot.
Yeah, big time.
Because Cam Green won't be fit. Well, once he's fit, he obviously takes that spot. But I think this one...
Honestly, I would go Carey batting at 6, and then
I was going to go Carey batting at 6 as well.
I was going to say...
I don't think they will, but that's what I would do.
I think they'll go Renshaw at 6.
Not Hanscom?
Hanscom's hurt himself. Didn't you hear about...
Right, yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, I would have had Hanscom in there because I'm pretty sure in the last subcontinent tour that they had, he fought out a really good innings. So I think it was Peter Hanscom's best innings as a test player, where I think it was a 72 off 200 odd not out, but he fought the draw out. I'm pretty sure that was against India a while ago. So, but I think they'll go Renshaw. at 6, then Carey at 7.
Yeah.
Now, Cummins at 8. That's a non-negotiable. Number 9, I think they'll go with 2 spinners. I don't think they'll go Agar.
They will have to go with 2 spinners because
they won't go with Agar.
Well, they might go with Swepson because they have.
No, not Swepson.
There's no way they play Murphy and Lyon in the same team.
Why not?
Because they're both off spinners. They both do the exact same thing.
Swepson's a leg spinner.
But Swepson's not even that good.
Honestly, if you think about the overall makeup of the Australia team,
well, so you're saying
Agar is the one they're going to pick because he's a left arm spinner, and then you've got Lyon, the right arm off spinner, and then you've got Trav Head who can bowl off spin, and you've got.
What you're saying is they'll probably go Agar.
Smith and Labuschagne who can bowl as well.
So Agar then.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be.
Well,
Agar.
I mean, then you could probably swap Cummins and Agar around because I think Agar's a better batsman than what Cummins is.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, he almost. I mean, I know it was his debut test, but he did score a 99. So, like, you got to at least look at that.
But yeah, I honestly think that they will go with Agar.
But I mean, I wouldn't complain if they go with Murphy because, like, his Shield form, which is how pretty much a test side you need to look at that and go who's performing well in the longer format. Unlike Zampa, who had to sook it up and go. I was under the impression.
He does have a point because he's been a white ball bowler for a while.
But that doesn't mean you're going to be a very good red ball player. He's played 1 Shield game in 3 years, and his average is 43.
David Warner got into the test team on the back of the white ball form.
Right, but I think batting and bowling in sort of forms, it kind of does matter. Because in saying that, well, then you could say, well, why isn't, as a bowler, I can't think of a bowler actually that has, started out as the shorter form bowling and transitioned it into test. Whereas, there are multiple short form batsmen that have been able to do it to test cricket. But I seriously don't think that, if you haven't played a longer format game, Shield game in 3 years and a career average of 43, you should not be complaining about not getting picked. That's just where I sit. Number 10, this is where it can get interesting. Like, it's either Boland or Hazelwood for me.
It's got to be Hazelwood. I love Boland, but
literally based on experience, I'd pick Hazelwood.
Hazelwood, yep. And then Line at 11.
Line 11.
And then at 12th man, I suppose.
Probably Scotty B.
Yeah.
Boland. I mean, I think that team. Look, I mean, I think we're giving India a free wicket with Warner. I generally think that he has been awful. The
thing is, he kind of has to play because if you look at the squad, right, we've got.
There's not many people who can, replace him.
In terms of batsmen, we've got Hanscom, Head, Khawaja, Marnus,
Renshaw, Smith,
and then Carey and Cam Green. Cam Green can't play the first game, so that's 1 down. Yeah. And then there's one other guy who misses out. And at the moment, it's Hanscom because he's hurt himself. So Warner, it's either Warner plays or we play 5 bowlers.
Honestly, at this rate, with what his form is, I'd probably play with 5 bowlers or I'd just pick Renshaw. Renshaw has shown that he can, and he's done really well. He's got good Shield form on, I think.
Yeah, that's why he's back in, because he actually played well in the Shield. Yeah. Because originally got rid of him because he was playing poorly in the Shield.
Exactly. And that's how it should be, though, right?
I know, but it's not like he was playing bad for Australia when he got dropped.
I think he was in I think it was the tour of Bangladesh and he did not do well at all. And then he went back and played Shield and obviously didn't do well. And then that's when they dropped him. Hanscom got dropped because of his batting flaw. Like, he goes so far back into his crease that he was just a LBW candidate waiting to happen.
That's
true. He would get that far back. And I think he's changed how he goes about it now. But look, but in saying that though, well, looking forward, say Australia draw that year, all right, that's a big tick. The Ashes, there's no way in hell. And Warner's going to be a big topic going into that as well, whether or not he plays.
For the Ashes, I feel like they might be forced to pick somebody else because in the 2019 Ashes, was useless.
If Warner gets through the India series, and I think he will, he is playing the first Ashes test.
I know that will definitely happen, but
if he doesn't score a 50 in any of those innings, he has not earned the right to play in the first Ashes test.
Well,
I'm sorry.
His thing is like the same. His situation, or not situation, the same thing happens with like Joe Burns. Like, he plays one good game and then he's in for the next 5 tests. So,
but that's the thing. Honestly, David Warner could make a golden duck in every innings in India, and he will still be playing that first Ashes test.
And that's not right.
But that's
not right.
He's been our opener for like 10 years.
I know, but then it's time for a change as well. So
exactly, I'm willing to roll,
and that change will be for the better, like not for the worse. So
I'm not saying it won't be. I'm just saying that he is playing. He's going to be playing until the Ashes, and then he will retire from Test cricket after the Ashes.
I think he's been a bit. Look, there's no denying that his character is questionable. Whether or not that
I'm sure that every player wants to play for their country, international cricket for their country, but then they also have to decide like what's best for like the team, moving forward and actually being able to
at the moment, the best thing for the team moving forward is that Warner is not in the side because it is hurting.
But if you think about it, it's better to get a new Aussie opener in for the Aussie summer instead of throwing them to the Wolves in India. Like,
but then why not England? And you're saying a new opener. Renshaw's not new.
Yeah,
and he's played county cricket.
Yeah,
no, I know, Lockie. But what Liam's saying is that he's fairly new now to the Aussie, to international cricket. He hasn't played Test cricket in a long time. Obviously, the team has. They've got a new culture. They've got new ways. They've got new things. They've got new ways about going about things. So, yeah, like I don't know.
Well, even that. I mean, I still don't. I mean, look, I'll say I don't think that culture at the moment's all too good after. Like with the Langer, like with all that going down, like
look, yeah, obviously that's not
as an outsider, it looks like that the players did not like the fact that he was tough, wanted discipline, and the players didn't want that. Now, from where I sit,
that's not a problem with the coach. Then that's a problem with the players. Because
in
Test cricket, I think the players, they kind of need to toughen up a bit. Like Test cricket in general is a very disciplined. Like you have to be like. Obviously, there will be moments where like emotion takes you over, but like to have that discipline as well. Well, obviously, I don't know the whole story, but yeah, like
I just think that at the moment the leadership at Australian cricket is not there at the moment because I think they're very scared to make changes.
Yeah.
Right now, but they are hell-bent on picking players who have done well in the past and are not producing at the moment.
Yeah, they go by past records, not current performance. So
that's exactly right. Like at the moment, the two guys in the Test side that aren't as good as what they were. Mind you, one of them is still a very good bowler. It's just that I think this guy is just ahead of him, just slightly. Obviously, Warner's the one, and I'd replace him with Renshaw. The other one's Hazelwood and Boland. I don't think Hazelwood is as good as a Test match bowler as he was. Mind you, though, I still think he's top 5 in the world. but he's not where he was, say, 2-3 years ago. And I think Boland's just gone ahead of him.
But still, for this India series, I would select Hazelwood purely because he has had like 100% more experience in
he's got a good record against some of those Indian batsmen.
Exactly.
So that's that. And then, as we said, the Ashes, that's a completely different kettle of fish. Yeah. I'll be interested. The one player I will be interested to see how he goes in those, like the subcontinent and in England, is Cam Green. That'll make or break him as a player, I reckon. Definitely. We will see. Like, we've heard about his potential for 2 to 3 fucking years now. It's time for him to start producing. Yeah. He's done well. He did well in the Sri Lanka series a few years ago. He did well. He's going all right. But yeah, I reckon like the Ashes. He needs to start producing and keeping.
You hear all this talk about like potential from him, but then like if I feel like that's one series that will like really define the rest of his career.
Well, I just think, how long can you use the word potential on a player?
I know. How long did they do it with Mitch Marsh?
Sorry?
How long did they give Mitch Marsh? Like 8 years?
But I suppose you look at you look at Marsh, like he was pretty much a sitting duck because of his last name. So he was always going to be like scrutinized if he did shit.
Because of his older, yeah, that's true.
So,
I mean, to be honest, he did have some big shoes to fill, but then.
And then who compared Cam Green's batting to Ricky? Who compared his batting?
Who did that? There were a few commentators and there were a few journalists who did that, and I was like,
I think it was Terry O'Keefe that compared his batting to.
I think so. Yeah.
To Ricky Ponting, which is a big call.
Like this early on in his career, and also the fact that Ricky Ponting was a specialist batsman and Cam Green is the all-rounder. So that's. It's all well and good to hype up a player.
Greg Chappell said he was the best batting talent since Ricky Ponting.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, I mean, imagine hearing that from a former Australian great.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I mean, as I said, I think that'll definitely make or break him, and I'm just going to be curious to see.
Yeah, that's a bold statement. Like, not like if he doesn't perform, if somehow things go wrong,
he gets to.
And it's not only Cam Green's not only going to be scrutinized more, but then Greg Chappell's dug his own grave for that.
I don't think he'll care.
I don't know.
But look, I mean, yeah, as I said, well, as we all said, it'll be definitely very interesting to see how it all goes. Now, moving across.
Here we go.
What? Well, I mean, what? What do you
actually before Lockie begins his useless rant of whatever sport, I'm kidding. I'd like to talk a bit about how India's going along in the cricket.
Honestly,
we're going along pretty good. And you can't say shit about Kohli. Now he scored 2 centuries, so shut the fuck up.
Oh, jeez. ODI
guys who shouldn't still be in the team.
I wouldn't have thought that. Jeez.
Oh no, not at all. Where's Smith and his hundreds in ODI? Yeah, no.
Smith,
who gives a shit about the ODI centuries?
Hold on, you guys are beating up Sri Lanka. What are you on about?
It's a practice match,
Well, oh, jeez. Okay, that's But you're going on about ODI centuries. Like, wait to the Test series. Oh wait, hang on. I'm going to be at your face when Cummins gets Kohli out for like 95 or,
Okay, you get Kohli out for less than 10. Don't give him 95 runs.
No. I'll give him 95 runs. Yeah.
I'll give him 95 runs just so we can show that he's a choke artist.
I'll give him 95 more runs. Yeah.
He'll bowl a peach to Kohli and Kohli will soak it up.
Like really? Oh, okay.
Well, didn't he?
I'd love to see how Marnus and Smith do in the subcontinent again. In our, as Liam calls it, dust balls. Yeah.
I mean, if I can see a puff of dust on day one, I'm going to lose it.
I know.
You know what?
What day is the first test?
That's you.
Is it February 9th?
As soon as the ball starts spinning, nah.
Bro, the ball starts spinning by the fucking third over.
Exactly.
It's not my fault
your player. It's not my fault your players can't play spin. So
we need to get that curator down there to water the pitch.
Even then,
I don't think that'll do any good either.
Wait, no, you know what? That'll just hold the dust up by another 5 overs. Oh, geez, that's funny.
We're cruising along pretty all right. You know, we did well against Bangladesh. We did well against New Zealand and stuff. So, and we've got the Aussies coming up. New Zealand's coming up again. At the end of Jan. So we've got 3 ODIs and a few T20s as well before the Aussie series. So yeah.
As we speak, Coley's on 65. So
I'm watching the game right now as well.
Oh, fucking look at you multitasking. Look at this unit.
India 2 for 235 after 35 overs.
Yep.
What you're saying is the bowling side's shit.
Yeah, well, Shubman Gill scored a ton, so.
Okay, exactly. that just explains
Sri Lanka
it all. You don't have to say much else.
3, 4, 5. They've bowled 7 players already.
7?
Yep. Yeah, that's what they've done. They've bowled 7 players.
Jeez.
And you can't talk shit about Sri Lanka. You guys drew against them a couple of years ago, so you know.
Hey, that was a couple of years ago. We were going through a tough time.
Yeah, we had to rely on guys like Wes Agar and who else?
I mean, your B side should have been enough for Sri Lanka, but I guess y'all weren't good enough.
Yeah, no, we don't have a C team that can come to Australia and win. Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, we need those guys to come to Australia, so then we can just bolt them and win by an innings in 10 runs or 400 runs.
Oh, okay, I see.
But what? I think that's fair. Bring them here to Australia, make us let them bat first, bowl met for 10, and then we bat for
the next 10.
Yeah,
Scotty Boland's going to take 8 for none, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, not only that.
Just start off at the G, why don't you?
Hang on, not only
forget about the Gabba.
We go and make 650.
Oh wow, that's a bold
minus double ton.
Very bold.
Minus double ton. Cam Green scores his first ton. Fucking even through Cummins, he scores 80 odd. Out fucking just out there, yeah.
That's 400, mate. That's all
you
nearly
like
500.
Me making
Where's
NFL
your extra 150 coming from?
Head to score his usual 50 and then go out.
No, I give him at least 70.
Yeah, before he plays a shit cut shot and then
70 off 50 balls.
I'd give Kawhi some runs as well.
And then I wanted to go out for another duck.
And I give Kawhi some runs as well, you know.
He can score 40 off 120 or something.
Mate, David Warner is your Lamar Jackson for cricket.
I don't hate him. I just think he's washed at the moment. I just think he's washed. Well, speaking of him, we actually need to talk about his entire situation.
No, we don't.
Mate, Liam, this is giving me flashbacks to last year's NFL talks, talking shit about Lamar Jackson. Now it's David Warner. Jesus Christ.
What?
Mate, if you were there for all the ones you missed.
I just think it's time to move on from Warner. What's so bad about saying that?
Well, you're wrong, so.
Well, a bloke who had scored, maybe 3 50-plus scores in 2 years in Test cricket.
A double ton, mate.
One was a double ton.
As much as it pains me, I would have to agree with Lockie for this, but then I will also agree with Liam that they're not going to drop Warner and India's going to get a free wicket.
It doesn't matter if he should get dropped. He's not getting dropped, so get over it.
No, I can't get over it. Anyway.
Time to go then.
No. Anyway. The playoffs have started over in the NFL. Now, this is big because we've had 2 games already that have been played, right? One of them was an expected result, which was the 49ers absolutely
I thought Gino was going to pull it out. I'm a bit
torching the. Well, he threw one interception in the second half and fumbled the ball. It was a really bad fumble. He went back to the 2013, 14, 15 Geno Smith.
So he finally wrote back, huh?
He finally wrote back on the last game of the season for the Seahawks. They got absolutely trounced. And the San Fran are going straight to the divisional round, which honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think San Fran can win it all. I think they've got just a star-studded offense. Their defense ain't slouches either. I mean, they've got a potential defensive player of the year playing for them, Nick Bosa. So
not Jimmy Garoppolo.
He doesn't play defense.
I know, but with the amount he throws the ball to the other team, it probably.
Hang on, he threw it less to the other team than Lamar did. Lamar threw it more to the other team.
I'm just trying to find a way to include interceptions now that Jameis Winston is out.
Oh, yeah. Well, he lost his starting job to Andy Dalton. But that wasn't the craziest result so far.
You say? Wait, did the Chargers win?
They led 27-0 because Tua threw up Tua.
Tua?
Oh no. Trevor Lawrence.
Is Tua that out of it that he suited up for the fucking Jags?
Yeah, no, he's a bit knocked out at the moment. He like Trevor Lawrence, the Jags quarterback, threw 3 first quarter interceptions, 4 for the first half. They won 31-30.
How?
The Chargers defense imploded, giving away penalties. The Chargers kick up, missed a field goal. I was on the ESPN app looking at it. So in the end, Trevor Lawrence threw 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So you look at it and go, all right, if you don't look at the first half, he played like a god in the second half. Next year, he will be ranked top 5 quarterback. Mark that down right now.
No, I'm not going to mark that down. Big call.
Not a big call at all. That is just factual at the moment. His best receiver is Christian Kirk, who is a good, above average slot receiver, but he's no Deebo Samuel. He's no Cooper Kupp. He's no DeAndre Hopkins.
To be fair, not many people are like them. So,
but still, what he's doing with what he has at the moment, tick, fucking tick. So, I'm still blown away that happened. I am. That's just crazy. But we've got more playoff games coming up. So first up is Dolphins Bills in Buffalo.
Tua for the wait. Never mind.
They're starting with Shaq. I think his name's Shaq Thompson.
Yeah, somehow I think Josh Allen might just
Allen. I want to point out something with Josh Allen, right? I may have mentioned it before in the playoffs last season, but this goes to show, and look, good and bad players are separated, right? You got your good regular season guys like Lamar.
Regular season bullies.
Yeah, your regular season bullies, like, as I said, Lamar, to a certain extent, Aaron Rodgers. But then you got guys who just ball out. I'm just trying to find what I...
Wow, someone's not prepared.
No, there we go. No, that's not it.
Wow, someone's not prepared. Unbelievable.
No,
You hate to see it.
I swore that well, long story short, he's got the highest passer rating in NFL playoff history at the moment.
Plenty of time for the Dolphins defense to change that.
He's thrown 1 interception in the playoffs. Thrown 15 touchdowns. I'm telling you right now, get him on a roll. He's going to be very hard to stop.
I feel kind of sorry for the Dolphins. They're in for an absolute hiding.
I think the Bills win this 42-10. I think Allen is going to go off.
I reckon the Bills are going to win. I'm going to go a bit more conservative. I'm going to say 28-13.
That's probably a bit more reasonable. And mind you, there's also when we do our predictions for like the season awards, I've got to point something out, and it has something to do with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, right? But next playoff game, 8:30 our time. Giants Vikings in Minnesota. Now, I know what everybody's going to say. The Giants are no chance, but
you must be two of the only people in the world that think they have a chance.
No, it's not just that. The Giants, out of all the playoff teams, the Giants are the ones that can cause the biggest upset. And here is why. The Vikings defense, one of the worst in the league. They allowed the most passing yards per game. Not only that, although they lost 4 games, they still had a negative point differential at the end of the season.
Hold on. So they only lost 4 times and they had a negative point differential?
Yes.
How badly did they get smoked?
They were getting smoked badly. And, right, it's fair to say that, look, if you take Justin Jefferson away from Kirk Cousins, he implodes. In the 4 games that they lost, Jefferson didn't have much of an impact. And the Giants got their number 1 corner back from injury this week. So, and the last time they played, the Vikings won on a field goal to end the game. So
you reckon it's going to be close again, or do you reckon it's going to be a blowout?
No. I'm not picking the Vikings this game. Anything can happen in the playoffs. And Kirk Cousins in big games tends to implode more often than not. I'm picking the Giants. 24-21.
24-21.
I think Saquon Barkley is going to get a bucket load of carries. I think the Giants defense is going to start off hot. I really hope they do, because if they don't, it's going to backfire on me badly. And I just think that the Vikings are going to be playing catch up. So because of that, I think the Giants are going to win and go to Philadelphia and give them a run for their money too.
Giants. I reckon the Giants are going to win. 17-14.
So it's going to be a close defensive game, and it's something that the Vikings are not good at.
No, it could very much be a blowout.
It could. No, if it's not close, it'll be a blowout. Yeah, the last, I think it's the last one. Yeah, last
There's
one
2
for
more, aren't there?
No, last one for that day.
Oh, man.
Ravens Bengals. Now,
this pains me.
Because of, and we'll talk, I won't go into the extent of the injury that he has, but because of Lamar's injury, or so-called injury, I say that in quotation marks because there's a lot to be desired.
What a strained PCL. How is that?
Sorry?
Doesn't he have a sprained PCL?
He could be saying that because he wants to get paid. Quarterbacks in the past have done that. And if that's what he's doing, well then no team is going to be stupid enough. But we'll get into that soon. They're playing either their second or third string quarterback going up against a guy who has literally turned one of the worst franchises in NFL, done a complete 180, or you could almost say 360, or no, not 360, a complete 180.
Well, I mean, 360 would be made them good and then made them shit, and they're back to being.
But he hasn't done that yet.
Whoa.
Well, look, when he gets older,
it
could be a bit of a different story. But Burrow, Mixon, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Toller Boyd. Fucking, this is going to be tough. 42-7. Burrow's going to throw, Joey Burrow, going to throw 4.
I really want to go Ravens.
But you can't.
I know I can't, but I really want to.
I know.
You know what? I'm going Ravens. 3-0. 1 field goal in it. Terrible offensive game. Not one for the
It's going to be a shit weather game.
Not one for the neutrals.
One for the refs.
It'll be a ref paradise. Penalties every which way.
Yeah, just get the flag out. Now, the one on Monday. This one, I mean, could you say this is an upset? Tom Brady or the Bucks versus the Cowboys. Now, Tom Brady has not lost to the Cowboys in his career.
Yeah, well, Tom Brady's Tom Brady.
I think the Bucks are going to win. Dak Prescott has thrown the most. Sorry?
The hell yeah, they are, because they've got Tom Brady.
It'll be 16-7.
Oh, another really iffy game.
Well, Dak Prescott's going to throw 2 or 3 interceptions.
Guaranteed.
Put it down. Write it down. It's going to happen. What do you reckon?
I reckon the Bucks are going to win.
Yeah.
I don't know. 21-10.
Sounds like a Madden generated score predictor.
If it's good enough for a video game, it's good enough for me.
Oh yeah, you don't want to know about playing Madden. It's a curse for me. I go, yep, I'm playing so well, to throwing 3 straight interceptions, and it's like, whoops.
All right, now, Lockie.
Yeah.
This is a choose your own adventure section of the podcast, because we're probably getting towards the point where we need to wrap up. So,
yep. So,
are we going to do our quarterbacks list, or are we going to do?
Well, I think we can wait on the quarterbacks, because there are trade rumors, and there are so many rumors going around the NFL.
No, trades.
Going through all these rumors, yeah? And we can, and the awards as well. We can do that actually today, because I think they do it soon. So starting off, the Giants are more than likely going to offer Daniel Jones and Barkley new contracts. And this is the scary thing about the Giants, right? They have, I think, top 5 cap space in the NFL.
As in that they've got the most.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, which means, and they need a receiver, like a known receiver.
So are we going for a reunion? Is that what you're angling for?
No.
No reunion.
Here are 3 that I've kind of circled and gone, I could see this happening. T. Higgins from the Bengals, because the Bengals can't pay everybody. And T. Higgins is a number on any other team, like lowerish team. He'd be a number, or not a lowerish team, but like on most teams, he'd be a number 1. Cincinnati, he will never be that because Jamar Chase. So that makes sense. And he's on his rookie deal, so you can kind of negotiate with that. Brandon Ayuk had a breakout season for San Fran. Very skillful. You can use him in the backfield as a running back. Do all these like reverse sweeps. You could do everything. He's very versatile. Very versatile. He can fucking jump too. When I say jump, he can hurdle people. He could probably hurdle you. He's that freaky.
Well, it's not really hard to throw me out of the way anyway. So
no, he will literally jump you. If you go down and try tackling, you'll be like, what the fuck? Then this is the big one, right? Because I also think the Giants will draft a receiver in the first round. DeAndre Hopkins.
Is he available? Is he?
He's available for the market, and at the right price, he will leave. He is going to leave Arizona.
Is he a free agent or is he?
Got 2 years left on his contract.
Oh, he's going to force his way out, is he?
Yep. Well, the Cardinals fired their coach. Kyler Murray's going to have a say in what goes on. That entire franchise is cooked. So that's that for them. But in saying that, that also goes to tell you, well, if he does decide to go, right, and you look at all these other quarterbacks that, had like a half decent, they start off slow in their career and then they start picking themselves up, and then other players kind of want to play for that quarterback. Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray. Well, that was the case. Now he wants to leave. But if DeAndre Hopkins wants to play with Daniel Jones, right? And speaking of rumors, like, we have to address the elephant in the room. We have to. In regards to the contract situation with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know if the Ravens are actually going to...
They're not.
Get him back.
They won't. Because here's the thing, Rob. Well, for a start, they just signed a linebacker who, very good linebacker, mind you, 5-year, $100 million overall. So that probably tells you Lamar's not coming back. But
so wait, is it because they don't want to give him the money, or is it because they don't want to give him
the money that they offered him? The money that they offered him, he pretty much just laughed, scoffed, and said that I want 250 guaranteed, 250 mil guaranteed, which you have to give a hard pass on. But
is there any quarterback in the NFL that could go to a team and say, "Give me 250 mil guaranteed"?
Brady, Allen, Mahomes, and probably Burrow.
Okay, so there's like 4 guys, but you probably wouldn't. Brady, you wouldn't give that to because he's.
No, not now. But like his prime, yes. Rodgers in his prime, yes. In the future, you'd say Trevor Lawrence.
If he kicks off.
He will.
There's no guarantee he kicks off.
This season, he pretty much overtook Lamar. Like, he was getting past him in all rankings, even when Lamar was healthy. And that's the other thing, right? Health-wise, he's been hurt the last couple of seasons. Why would you risk giving a run-first quarterback 250 mil guarantee?
They're not, and that's the problem.
Because they're not stupid enough. They're not stupid enough to do that. And you only give that type of money to guys who have shown that they can perform well in big games and in playoffs. Regular season big games, I'll give him half a tick. Playoff games, it's like 3 fucking crosses. Because he's in the playoffs, he's got more. I know I keep saying it, but he's got more turnovers. Like, this is obviously to just show why, and because it is the biggest elephant in the room. He's got more turnovers in playoffs than touchdowns. Right. He's got 1 playoff win. Teams like Michael Vick didn't have much success. He rarely got past first, second round of the playoffs. Cam Newton got to a Super Bowl, hurt his knee, and you could say ever since then he was just not the same.
Is this the first playoff game Lamar's going to miss being injured?
Yes.
Oh,
but he missed out, last year with the ankle.
He missed a chunk of the season. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. And then this year, PCL. Now, PCLs, they're a grade 2 going on to grade 3. That's not something to joke around about. That goes to tell you pretty much 1 or 2 more knocks to that knee and he's gone. And if we really want to talk about production, he threw 35, 36 touchdowns in his MVP year. Josh Allen was second in the NFL for second or third for passing touchdowns, and he threw 35. So, and the year after, he decreased in touchdowns, increased in turnovers. So, I'm just bringing out facts at the moment. I'm just bringing out the facts. This is no hate. This is just facts. Yeah, teams that would use him. And the other thing is, all these other teams going out getting receivers. Why does no big name receiver want to go to Baltimore?
Well, it might not necessarily be that. It could be that Baltimore just aren't looking for one.
They had been, for a few years, they were in the market to get, a few big name receivers. But they just chose not to go there. And my personal belief is the fact that they probably know they're only going to get 5 targets a game. And when you're on a, 4-year, say, $80 million contract, you want more than 5 targets a game. You will often see Stephon Diggs. Sometimes he'll throw his hands in frustration, but he knows he's the best receiver on the Bills list at the moment. So, I will say the one team that I think will pursue him highly requested will be the Jets, because I think they are going to move on.
They really need a quarterback.
Zach Wilson is terrible. Their defense is very good. They just need virtually a game manager. And at this point, that's what Lamar is.
That's what you've labelled him. You've called him a game manager in the past.
Well, that's what he is at the moment. Yeah, look, he'll have his game managers have flashy plays. Let's be honest. That's what Ryan Fitzpatrick was. He was a hit or miss. So
don't bring Fitzmagic down to Lamar's level. Don't you do that. Don't you dishonour him like that.
I apologise for that. But has what I said sounded unfair though?
No. Well, you're right. You've got numbers backing you up.
So, but I will be honest. I don't like continuously bringing this up, but he's in the talking point majority of the time. So that's that, right? That's kind of that for the trade rumors. And then just free agency. I know the Giants will be targeting, as I said, receiver, but also an inside linebacker. And there's one from Buffalo, because that's where the general manager and head coach came from, or recruited from by the Giants. I think his name's Tremaine Edmonds from the Bills. So, and they can't pay everybody. So their linebacking core could look to be a little bit weaker.
Gonna have to start calling them the New York Bills eventually.
Fucking just like how we used to call the Carlton Giants, pinching all the GWS rejects, whereas other clubs were actually picking out the good,
taking all the good ones.
Essendon with Dylan Shield.
You're not going to include Devin Smith?
He was good for 1 year. He doesn't count. He was a fucking spud. I think actually it's funny you say that. He was only supposed to play maybe 1 or 2 more years because of his knee. Apparently, it was that bad.
What, when you guys got him?
Yeah, he had a fuck knee. I don't know how he passed. I mean, it's not surprising that he passed.
Didn't you guys trade multiple picks for him?
First round.
You're fucking.
So pretty much, Essendon traded a first round pick to get 1 good year out of Devin Smith. Adrian Dodo does not disappoint. Who else is another good GWS player?
Jeremy Cameron.
I feel so fucking stupid that I forgot about that. Cameron. Don't say Chua because he's overrated.
I guess Tim Taranto has just been.
Oh, yep, Taranto. Fucking. And Hopper.
Are we going to go with Patton? Do you reckon Patton counts? Or?
Oh, maybe for what he did off the field, yes. But anyway, we're getting off topic talking there for some reason. AFL. We need to quickly do our awards. So, most valuable player, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year. We'll go rookie of the year. Fuck doing offensive rookie and defensive rookie. We'll just do rookie of the year, comeback player of the year, and coach of the year.
Not gonna lie, I don't really know enough about most of it. Like, I could probably give you MVP because that's generally a quarterback, yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that. Probably do comeback player.
Well, I'll give you. This is all right. This is definitely for the TikTok, so I'll make sure to edit this out for Summit. This is the All Sports Podcast NFL Awards predictions minus the offensive rookie of the year because we just can't be sub. We're just doing an overall rookie of the year. MVP, got to go Patrick Mahomes. I don't think there's any debate in that. At the highest QBR rating, through the most touchdowns, through the most passing yards, and all this without Tyreek Hill. I don't know how. I don't know why that means something, but
no Josh Allen. No Josh Allen
because Josh Allen, he had a bit of a rough patch, and I mean he's still up there because I think he is more valuable to the Bills at this point. Like Mahomes has a good offensive line, Josh Allen has a shit one, and Mahomes has somewhat of a running game where they don't have to rely on him. The Bills rely on Allen to pretty much do that. So that's that. Offensive player of the year, however, Justin Jefferson of the Vikings led the league in receiving yards. I don't think there's any kind of question who was probably the more valuable offensive player. And I mean, but to have him as the offensive player of the year and not Patrick Mahomes, I mean, goes to show you how stupid the MVP voting is. I just scold the NFL for that, and I'm happy. Defensive player of the year. Going with Nick Bosa. Man, that guy is a beast for the San Fran. He led the league in sacks. He's just an absolute
terror quarterback.
He's a terror for the quarterback. He's jacked. And I don't mean in the bad way. I mean he's fucking jacked, man. Fucking whatever he does, I want to do.
You want some of what he's having?
Yeah, protein, weights, probably maybe the odd. No.
I hope not. The random drug testers aren't doing their job if he's.
They don't do their job well at all. No, like the concussion spotters for the NFL, they didn't pick up.
Oh, here we go. We've given the NFL a drive-by. Now we're giving the drug testers a drive-by. Now we're giving the concussion spotters a drive-by.
Well, they are literally the reason why. They are literally the reason why Tua might retire early. Now, rookie of the year. This goes to a guy who was named to the All-Pro. So that's like voted amongst your peers.
It's like the All-Star team, yeah?
That's like an All-Australian.
Okay.
But probably a lot higher because like, whatever. But first rookie cornerback, I think in 41 years or something, to get an All-Pro nod. Ahmad Sauce Gardner for the Jets. He was fucking locked down. I tell you. I think he gave up one touchdown as a rookie. Gave up I think one of the lowest passer ratings out of all cornerbacks, which is better than Jalen Ramsey. He was a better lockdown corner than Jalen Ramsey. Man, he is a fucking stud. He shut down Jamar Chase. He shut down Stephon Diggs after the first play he gave up to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs, where was he? Nowhere. He shut down everyone. I would hate to be a receiver and play against him. That's that. Comeback player of the year. I'm going to go joint winners.
Joint winners? Wow.
Geno Smith, because he hasn't written back. Got his first Pro Bowl nod. I mean, he wrote back after the loss, but
but who cares?
Fucking who cares? The Seahawks weren't supposed to do well. And he did.
They were meant to be shit. They traded away Russell Wilson to get picks so that they could tank. And then they didn't.
To get a good quarterback. And now that they don't have to do that.
They found him.
They found him. He is him. I can't believe I just called Geno Smith him.
He is him.
But the other joint winner, a guy who's been pretty much injured for 2 years and carried. Well, got to be careful with that because he helped steer the Giants to the playoffs. And I'm talking about Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, you can't belittle Daniel Jones like that.
I can't believe I did that. But he was a beast this year. Better than his rookie year in terms of overall yards rushing. If the Giants win, if the Giants are to go all the way to win it, and I know you're rooting on that for the bet that you made earlier in the year, he'll be a big reason why that they fucking go there, torch Minnesota, torch the fucking Eagles, and then not only that, beat the 49ers and then fuck up the Bills or the Chiefs.
Either or.
Fucking I don't want him to fuck up the Bills. I want it to be a close loss. But the Chiefs fucking destroy them. Be up 28-0 at the first quarter. Coach of the year.
Bill Belichick.
This could go either way. You could give it to Doug Peterson, who took the worst team in the NFL to AFC South Championships in the Jags. You could give it to Pete Carroll, who took the Seahawks to the playoffs after they were supposed
to. We're not giving it to either of those two.
But I have gone with the Giants head coach. Compared to what the Jags... Brian Dable.
Well, thank you. You didn't say that.
Oh, I thought I did. The Jags had Trevor Lawrence. Like that's talent, and they had last year's number 1 pick. And the defensive Josh Allen.
There's a defensive one?
Yes. It's funny, when the Jags played the Bills last year, it was Josh Allen intercepted Josh Allen.
Oh, that's rude. Allen on Allen crime.
And he sacked him like 3 times as well. So I was like, Josh Allen just sacked Josh Allen. And the commentator said they went schizo, as you would expect from no, can't say that. Trigger happy people. Then who else did I say? Oh, the Seahawks. Well, they had DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Quandre Diggs, I think is his name. So Dable had pretty much nothing to work with. And he just built a team that was just disciplined. And it got them to the playoffs. Just by sheer never give up, never say die, play.
Now they better make it all the way, because if they don't, I'm going to personally go over there and...
I thought you were going to kill me.
No.
Well, yeah. Just letting everybody know, he placed like a $10 bet worth $80, and I think he could win up to $800, if I recall correctly. So that's why he's putting out all these threats. I apologize for everybody that
for the poorly addicted man sitting here.
Yep. So
the opinions spoken by Liam McDonald at this time do not reflect the opinions of the podcast.
Exactly. We do not condone his actions or his future actions. So we will have to pull him aside and have a good talk to him. On that note, I reckon this is a good time to end the first episode of the 2023 episode.
The first episode of the 2023 episodes. Don't you mean the first episode of the 2023?
Yeah.
We'll call it the 2023 season of the All Sports Podcast.
Where we're actually going to post every week. Aren't we, guys?
He's done it. He's put the moz on us. He's done it.
Yeah, look, not going to lie. We could probably do it for 2 weeks and then just be like, uh-oh.
Well, I don't know if someone's going to come back.
Oh, well, fuck him. Anyway, on that note, see ya.
Turtle.